Every year, thousands of military families get PCS orders here to Fort Bragg in North Carolina. And while some people settle in and love it, a whole lot of others find out how shocking it is to live here. Today I'm gonna break down 7 specific reasons why moving to Fayetteville might not be for you, starting with expectations versus reality. So if you're like most people, you've already started Googling Fayetteville and seeing what it's like here. So you've probably already seen the memes, the Vietnam nickname, and some of the crime stats. This is not a polished, shiny military town that you'll find near certain bases. Fayetteville definitely has its rough edges, crime exists here, poverty exists here, and you need to be really intentional about which neighborhood you're choosing to live in. On the flip side, there are genuinely nice areas here in the area, like Hope Mills or like Rayford, and certain parts of North Fayetteville. But if you're expecting, walkable amenities and this polished, nice feel for a town, you're gonna be disappointed. Reason number 2 is the cost of living isn't as low as you'd expect. A lot of military families come here thinking that their BAH is going to stretch them as far as the horizon can go. And in some cases, this may be true, but if you're looking for a newer neighborhood or a newer home, you want to be around good schools, you want a short commute to post, you're going to be competing with a lot of locals, you're going to be competing with investors, and a whole bunch of other military families looking for the same exact house. So yes, compared to bigger cities like Raleigh right down the road, it's definitely more affordable. But the neighborhoods most people want, they move really fast. And bidding wars happen here all the time. Especially if you're in a rental, it's not much cheaper here either. You should just take into consideration what are some of the other things that military families are looking for. And if you find that it's similar to things that you're looking for, those kinds of areas are gonna be very competitive. Reason number 3 is gonna be the commute and the traffic. Fort Bragg itself is huge. I mean, you could be 15 minutes away from the All-American gate, but once you get on a post, what if you're working on the other side of Fort Bragg and you got another 30-minute drive? Not to mention, if you're traveling around PT hours and lunch hours, the hours where most people are usually traveling, there's probably gonna be traffic. And all that traffic that gets backed up at gates, that is for sure gonna eat into your commute time. Now, if you're off post, Fayetteville doesn't have a whole lot, or it's not very accommodating for public transportation. That means you're driving everywhere. You're gonna have to learn some of these back roads because, again, traffic can get backed up on weekends and if you're around posts. So knowing the back roads and different routes of travel, it can definitely save you and shave off some time. Reason number 4 is the allergies, the bees, and the pollen. If you've never lived in the South, this one is going to smack you in the face. And I mean that literally. Everything turns yellow in the spring. Your car, the driveway, your door to get into your house, even your freaking pet. The allergies are just brutal. And there are tons of bugs here, like mosquitoes, fire ants, roaches. According to MightyMiteTermite.com, North Carolina is number 10 for termite issues. So all that to say, if you want to protect your home, I strongly recommend getting termites. And if you don't like mosquitoes, mosquitoes are pretty rampant here, and you're probably going to want to get your yard treated for it. Reason number 5 is the humidity and the weather here. Say goodbye to dry climates. North Carolina is hot, it's sticky, and it's just relentless. Walking outside feels like you're stepping into a wet blanket, and it doesn't really cool off at night. The winters here, they are pretty mild, more or less, so don't expect snow days, or if you're coming from somewhere where it has 4 seasons, 4 true seasons, you're probably gonna miss that aspect. Reason number 6, the schools here and the family life. Cumberland County schools don't exactly have the best reputation. Test scores in public schools are usually low, and a lot of families opt in to just go the private school route. Either that or they choose to live outside of Cumberland County district. And for those of you who don't know, Moore County is where Southern Pines is located. So if education is really high up on your priority list, just make sure that you're doing your research. And if you're looking for the best performing school or a really desirable area in Fayetteville, look towards Jack Britt. Reason number 7 is the PCS cycle. So here's something that not a whole lot of people talk about. Fayetteville is constantly on the move, right? There's just people relocating all the time. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of the beast with military. You don't always have the option to choose where you're gonna live or when that move is gonna happen. So it's really hard to build these roots and long established relationships and communities. On the flip side of that, there's a lot of businesses and most things here in Fayetteville, they cater to the military community. So you'll get a lot of military discounts. There's a lot of VA loan specialists out there, a lot of VA accommodating lenders, things of that nature. And they're all generally speaking geared towards helping military families out. So should you avoid Fayetteville in 2025? Honestly, if you're looking for really amazing schools, super low crime, yeah, you'll probably hate it here. But if you're looking for affordable homes or military support or a good central location because you're hours away, you're in the middle basically from the city, the mountains, the beach, then Fayetteville might surprise you. So if you're thinking of reaching out to me, the easiest possible way that you can reach me is hitting the link and booking a call with me directly. But if you're still on the fence, check out some of my other videos. I have home tours, neighborhood tours, and videos similar to this one where I talk about some of the pros and cons of Fayetteville.